This job was an EICR on a property that was the precursor to a consumer unit change that was happening this week. We just wanted to do the EICR in advance, and due to scheduling, this is how it worked out. So I thought we'd bring you along with us just to show you how we got about some of it, and the fact that obviously it's a little bit different knowing that we're already going to change the board. Most of the process is much the same though. Get the tools in and set up, laptop out and start documenting things, and start with the visuals. Always look at the visuals around the consumer unit first, as there's normally some glaring ones straight away. Things like IP holes, fixings of the units, cable clipping, all that sort of business, earthing as well. Also, once the board is off and the lid is off too, just having a look inside, seeing how the MCBs sit on the bus bar, whether you need a mirror to look underneath. Sometimes we'll do that, but in this case they're just sat on like the fork type, so you just need to see if they're connected properly, how the cables are dressed, how they enter, things like that. Then we'll go around looking at all the accessories, taking off a certain percentage, visually inspecting a lot of them for damage, looking behind for cable condition and how they're all connected, things like that. On older, more messy units as well, we tend to test ring circuit continuity from the sockets themselves as well, so we don't have to delve too much inside the unit and potentially damage cabling that we might not be able to repair. Then we'll always have a good scope of the outside as well. We'll do a full run around the building looking for external lights, cable exits, external sockets and anything like that that might stand out that you want to check too. And bathrooms is another big one as well, looking at the zones, the height of the ceiling. I'll always do a quick measure up to the 2.25 to see if any light fittings are within the zone or anything like that. Also things like extractor fans and shaver points. You can see here this is not an IP rated fan suitable for what is classed as zone 1, so that would have to be a change and noted down as remedial. But then in here we've got things like mirror lights which are in fact IP rated and shaver points which are suitable for those areas, so that would be an okay. But it's always good to assess those things, and bathrooms have normally got numerous things that you can check. One of the first things we did notice is we couldn't actually see an earth coming off the main cable. When we looked into it, it turns out the board was actually earthed off the gas pipe. The mains cable did actually come in through a solid metal conduit which was earthed, and we did several checks on that to confirm, so we decided to opt and change it, so we had a tag running off that. We then ran that into an MET so we can run the gas and water bond directly from that. From that point though, we started running our end-to-end continuity readings, our ring circuit readings from the socket as we previously mentioned, some insulation resistance test readings, and then obviously the ZS's on the back of that once we'd liven back up again. This particular property had a garden building with a separate consumer unit and pond equipment and things that all required separate testing and visual inspections. That was all actually pretty good. In this instance, we note our results. We're going to log down any potential remedial work knowing that we're coming back to actually do a lot of this stuff. So we're sort of just setting ourselves up for that particular point. And then as usual, make sure we tighten up all the connections on the unit just to make sure they're tight. As always, you should do this with any unit. And we go back round making sure all the lighting and everything is working before we leave. And that was that. Drop us a message if you've got any questions, and as usual, thanks for following, and follow us for more.